Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is Chapter 6 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one is titled A Butterfly and a Crocodile. Oh, awesome, you replied, happy that you would be able to get some more mahi than yesterday. The boss bought 3 white mushrooms, all 5 taper mushrooms, and 3 hashi mushrooms from you, and handed you the coins. Here you go on. This is 50 mahi for you, he said with a smile. You nearly cried. Thank you, you squealed. Now I only need to get 35 more mahi and I can pay that player back for buying my stay here last night. But what about tonight? The boss asked. Your face fell. Oh, I didn't think of that. The boss chuckled. What if you go to the general store across the road and buy a fishing rod and go fishing by the river? The lowest fish value is about 10 mahi and everybody wants the fish. The only thing is you need to watch out for the sea snake and crocodile. You thought for a moment. I don't have much of an option, do I? He said with a sweat-dropped look. I'll give it a shot and hope I don't die. The boss laughed. Well, I need the fish, so I'll buy lots. It doesn't matter what type. This gave you that push that you needed, and spurred on by the promise of more mahi, you walked across to the general store and bought a fishing pole. It was worth 30 mahi, so you were back down to 30 in savings, but it was better than the 10 that you'd started with. Down at the river, you caught a few fish straight off the bat. They were small, but they were between 10 and 17 mahi each, and you were ecstatic. You were making sure to keep an eye out for sea snakes and crocodiles, but you didn't see any so far, so you were happy. You pulled in another big colourful fish a bit later at 25 mahi and screamed with excitement. This is fantastic! If I can just get a few more fish, I have enough to pay for another night at the inn and a bit to pay the other night back to that player. You cast your line back in and waited while keeping a wary eye out for monsters. Another 20 minutes went by and your rod bowed slightly. Another one! You gasped internally, pulling the fish out of the water. It was a decent-sized one, at 20 mahi. Just a few more. You cast back in again, and immediately the rod bowed right down, tugging on your hands. Oh, it's big! You pulled back, fighting the fish as you stepped back to pull it out of the water. Movement from the corner of your eye drew your attention, and you saw a crocodile watching from some reeds nearby. No! You yelled, go away! You were still fighting the fish on your line, and there was no way in hell you were abandoning it and your $30 mahi fishing pole, not to mention all the fish in your basket that you'd just caught. The crocodile started to advance slowly, and you yelled out again, yanking on your fishing line to get the fish out of the water. A large trout came into view, and you quickly ran forward and grabbed it, one eye on the crocodile as it started moving towards you more purposefully. No, get away from me, you yelled, trying to gather your fish, basket and pole quickly. You grabbed everything and turned to run, slipping on the embankment and falling over. You looked back. The crocodile had almost reached you and had its mouth open. You screamed and lifted your leg to kick at it, but something metal shot across from your other side and wrapped around the crocodile's neck, slicing it off cleanly and making the creature burst into crystals before evaporating. What the? You yelled, your head whipping to your left to see who or what had just saved you. A cloaked figure stood not too far from you with what looked like a metal whip that was retracting quickly back into a sword shape. You were awestruck. Who are you? You stammered, looking at the ominous-looking figure. They were dressed in a deep navy blue cloak that covered them from head to toe with gold trimmings. The hooded part of the outfit was wide and low, covering everything except their mouth and chin. They stood silently while you just stared at them. Your eyes travelled their form before you looked up above their head for their name. Butterfly. Oh my god, you're Butterfly? You gasped. I heard you're the top player. Why are you on level 1? Are you hurt? Their medium voice asked softly. No, you prevented a serious injury though, you said with a nervous laugh. You know, like my life being taken? You laughed hollowly again. Pretty serious. Butterfly didn't respond. You sighed dejectedly. Anyway, thank you, you said sadly. Will you be okay from here? Butterfly asked, still keeping his distance. Yeah, I think so, you replied, getting up and packing the fish that had spilled out of your basket back in again. He didn't say anything more, but just turned and disappeared back into the woods nearby. Oh my god, I just met Butterfly, you thought. You will never guess who just saved me from a crocodile, you said excitedly as you entered the restaurant. Who? The boss asked. Butterfly! Oh, he's here already, the boss said in a very calm tone. You know him? You asked excitedly. Yes, well, not personally, but I've had dealings with him. Nice guy, the boss said, continuing his work. He's flippin' amazing. So cool, you fangirled. He just casually decapitated a crocodile in front of me with this, you snaked your arm around, bendy thing that turns back into a sword. It's called a chain whip sword, the boss replied. It requires a great deal of skill to use and master, and he's extremely talented with it. You got that right, he replied with a sigh. So, what do you know about him? Ah, you've fallen for him too, I see, the boss laughed. No, I just think he's cool, that's all, he replied defensively. The boss laughed. Okay, show me the fish that you got, and then we can chat about Butterfly. You walked over to the counter and placed your basket there, letting the boss look through your collection. Okay, so he started the game before me, and the first time I heard his name, he was level 15, when the rest of us were still only on level 5, the boss said with a laugh. And there ends chapter 6. Stay tuned for chapter 7, coming tomorrow.